Hello friends, welcome to my channel Japan Trivedi Business Transformation. Today I'm going to share one more case study on setup time reduction the Six Sigma way. In this case study, I'm going to talk about how one of the company could able to reduce their setup time through identifying the non-value-adding activity and then how they have presented their entire case study in Six Sigma way. So let us start this case study and I will take you through the step-by-step process of the improvement. So this company is about they are into the large equipment manufacturing and more than 1,000 plus employees are working here in India. They're having a presence at all across Asia, Europe, and USA. And what is the perspective of case study? And it is like this case study was the part of the Six Sigma Green Belt training program, and subsequently we worked with the company for the Six Sigma project. So during the project execution, this was the project which was being taken, which was being undertaken by the team, and I'm going to present today about the outcome of the project. So who were the team members? Welding operators, second set person, setup operator, collector operator, maintenance mechanic, and senior manufacturing engineer. So first of all, we start with define, and in define you need to define what is your input and output. So you can see here set of weld fixtures. That was the process in which we wanted to improve the setup time. So operators, fixtures, materials, procedures, and complexities are the part of inputs, and setup time, throughput, and cost are the part of output. Then comes the business case. What was the case? The problem statement is high volume setup average of 30 minutes each, and there were around 1,210 setups annually, and that was onto the high volume lines. And that was consuming around 5,444 labor hours, and the cost of the entire setup for the entire year was around rupees 6.30 lakhs when we started the project. And what was the goal? It was like, the goal was to reduce setup time at least by 66% and to save 4.2 lakhs of the cost. Meant of setup times at less than 10 minutes. So it was 30 minutes earlier. They wanted to reduce the setup time by 10 minutes. And that would like improve the set production rate by 10 to 15 sets per shift. So this was the problem statement, and this was the project goal. Then goes into like we went to the define of the voice of the customer. So who were the customer? The end user and retail outlet, external, these were the external customers. Paint and finish line, these are the internal customers. So they were doing some welding, and then that part was going for the paint or finish line. What are the critical customer requirements? So the review of written good indicated that on-time delivery, paint appearance, weld integrity, and weld appearance were the critical issues, and then project will positively definitely affected onto the on-time delivery. What was the measure? So the measure of the process performance. So this were the baseline data, and this baseline data they've collected from the Gemba, from the floor, and from the past data. So there were 5 setups per day for 244 days. Hourly rate for the setup was 1,100. That includes the cost of the labor and other costs which are included into the setup. Every day 30 minutes of the setup time, that is on average. And each line was containing 9 operators, and the line production rate was for 8 hours. Shift was right 149.5 sets, and the annual setup cost was around 60 lakhs. So the measurement system and analysis. So what was the measurement into this project? Initial setup data was taken from the videotape of setup line 1. So we did some video shooting and took up the set data with the team. Tasks were identified and times measured for each. daily production count and setup were taken from the hourly production sheets that is being recorded on each day. And walk sampling was conducted to determine accuracy of the production report and to quantify NVA activities. So yes, that was very important part to identify non-value-added activities. This is the brief of the value stream or process map for that particular process. So it was like red is showing start, removing the PPE and then tooling apart and then move tooling to the table and load the tooling into the basket for the storage, and from there move to the next station, and then it was going to the rest of the processes. So all the processes is explained here, and the yellow one shows the area of improvement where maximum NVA during the measurement we could able to identify. So 8 of 14 steps can be eliminated, reduced, or made external to the setup. So then team did the Viva analysis through fishbone diagram. So here you are having your fishbone, the source of the waste and variation identified. So what is the what are the contributor towards waste? So stacked away from the cell, unorganized material, operator waiting time, machines are waiting for forklift, and then task not shared and more fixtures by hand. So these are the area of the method. So all this red area are the base for the improvement. And then the root cause analysis of the poor performance. So changing tool was taking 22 minutes out of 30 minutes. Set up collectors and secure tooling, set up flanges, disposal of the scrap, and set up O2 sensors, right? The air sensors, that was taking around 8 minutes, right? So this was the bottleneck activity, change the tooling. So that was the base of the project. To improve the process, considered the alternate solution to add setup operators to speeden up the changing process, modify scheduling practices to run like families together. So it was like identification of NVA, identification of the external activities, internal activities, and converted them into the external activities. So the simple analysis could able to save considerable time. And what are the action taken? Build die cards to assist in moving dice in and out of cell, redistributed setup tasks, and more internal setup tasks into the external. So basically, the SMED is being undertaken, and then the projects they actually implemented it. What is the outcome of the project? If you see here, change tooling time is being reduced from 22 minutes earlier to 9 minutes. And rest of the time are almost same, but here you can see secure tooling is being reduced by 0.5 minutes, and then they could able to reduce the 10.4 minutes out of the 30 minutes of the total process time. And then the control plan for holding the gains. So maintain daily run chart illustrating the production numbers of the changeovers and time lost of the changeovers, maintained updated SOPs of the changeover, and conducted monthly walk sample to pick up and trends or inefficiencies. So they could able to understand where exactly we are spending our time. And this was the summary scorecard. The changeover time is being reduced from 30 minutes to 10.4 minutes. That is 65% of the reduction. Line production rate 149.45 sets to 159 sets, so 6.8% of the increase. And changeover cost, earlier it was 60.3 lakhs, which has been reduced to 2.17 lakhs annually. That is 67% of the reduction. Just a simple application of SMED, and through the use of Viva analysis and fishbone diagram, they could able to identify the root cause. They worked upon it and could able to save 20 odd minutes into the setup. So to summarize the project, the problem was inefficient setup, costing the company around 6.30 lakhs annually. The baseline and target performance of the high volume line was 30 minutes, is being reduced from 30 minutes to 10 minutes. That was the target. And then analysis and solution, fixtures and material handling provided greatest opportunity for the improvement. Built die cards and redistributed material handling to the underutilized operators, and of course NVA identification and reduction of the NVA. And this particular project brought 10.4 minutes of the setup time, the reduced setup time from 30 minutes to 10.4 minutes, and could able to brought the annual saving of rupees 4.13 lakhs by just looking at the opportunity and working on it. They could able to save this much of amount. Friends, knowing is knowing and doing is doing. If you are knowing but not doing, then it is equal to not knowing. So my request to all of you is to identify the opportunity of improvement in your work area and start working on it. So this was from the efforts consulting, and we have worked with several other projects all across, and I will come up once again with one more case study and will share it with you. And in the meantime, if you like this particular case study, then do not forget to subscribe the channel, to share this channel with everyone. Somebody might be getting help out of it, and do write your feedback and comments into the feedback uh, section. Thank you so much for watching. We'll get back to you with another case study.